Ultimately a loss on the day, but a conclusion to an unbelievable season of Curzon Ashton football. What's your thoughts on the performance and, most importantly, the campaign as a whole?
Can't fault the performance. I felt we could have won, to be honest. I think we had enough opportunities, but that's what the best teams do. You know, they punish you for errors and they're ruthless with the chances, and that's certainly what was the case today against a good side, and good luck to them for the rest of the season. But I couldn't be any prouder of the players. You know, again, given absolutely everything right till the end, and just incredibly proud of them all. I think what we've done this season is we've developed a real identity. You know, before the game I said to them, it's like night and day what we are now as a group and a club. I think since the end of last season to the end of this season, you know, there's positivity around the place. We've got a true identity. We've got a resilience and a character and a spirit within, I think, the club as a whole, really, but certainly within that dressing room. And I think it just epitomises how far we've come, both on and off the pitch. That probably over 50 fans for us today have travelled down here on the last game of the season, probably the furthest trip of the season. And their support was incredible, and you know, we're really thankful of that. And hopefully, you know, they've enjoyed the efforts of everybody this season, and we thank them for the support.
I want to touch on some of the action, particularly in that first half, because set pieces, particularly corners, look like a real dangerous threat, and got some good sort of half chances and full chances off of those. Was that something that you'd sort of seen in your preparations that you might be able to try and exploit, or did this sort of come as a pleasant surprise almost?
No, well, I think we're always a threat from set plays because we've got good delivery and we've got some good, you know, good headers of the ball. But it is, you know, an area where we felt we could maybe get a little bit of joy. I think Devon should have had two in the first half off corners. Jimmy was unlucky not to get on the end of one, a free kick off Will Ayerst. Pearsy's gone through in the opening minute. Probably could have been a bit cuter and pushed it by the keeper. Maybe keeper, you know, gets sent off. But you know, and then obviously second half we had opportunities as well. So yeah, you know, we had chances throughout the game, and their goals just came at really poor times for us. Certainly that second one absolutely killed us and made, you know, the challenge even harder. But you know, the lads didn't give up; they kept going till the end, and for that, I'm proud.
You touched on earlier there in your wrap up that the travelling support was immense despite the result, and like you say, the longest trip of the league campaign at the very least. Didn't seem to stop making noise either. How much does that kind of backing in your corner, especially this far away from home, mean to you and the lads out there?
Well, listen, it means a lot because there's some real big football clubs at this level. You know, some with incredibly rich histories that have played, you know, right up the football pyramid, and they've got big fan bases, big resources, and we know as a club that, you know, we haven't got a big fan base, and we haven't got that, you know, the history of the likes of your Herefords and your Darlingtons, Kidderminsters, just to name a few that spring to mind. But what we have got is we've got a nucleus and a community feel that is deeply passionate about this football club, and I think, you know, what we've wanted to do this season is connect the team to the supporters, try and, you know, show them that we give everything every second that we're on the pitch, and I think we've done that. And the numbers that were down here today for a club of our size, it's fantastic, and the way, you know, they gave the ovation to the players and my staff at the end of the game is greatly appreciated. And I just hope that we can continue to develop that and grow that now next season. I think we've got to look as a club at ways we can try and encourage that kind of following to as many away games as possible, you know, and hopefully that kind of that will kind of develop, you know, our atmosphere and numbers when we play at the Tameside. So, you know, I think it's been fantastic. We've given them some fantastic, you know, memories this season, and their support's been, you know, welcomed by myself and the staff and the players.
And finally, is there any messages of anything like that you'd like to send out this time to players, supporters, even family?
Well, you know, football seasons are long and they're gruelling, and they're up and down, and the testing, and you can't do it without support as a manager. You know, you need a club that's behind you. You need support from the top with Wayne and Jimmy and the other directors. Obviously my support staff, you know, Jack, Brownie, Kieran, Lucia, Pete, you know, right through into the players who've just been tremendous and given me absolutely everything every week. You know, the volunteers, the sponsors, you guys, obviously the supporters who we've touched on, you know, earlier. It's a real club effort, I think. I think for you to develop a culture and success, I think everybody needs to be together and pulling in the same direction. And I truly feel that we've managed to achieve that this year. And arguably that's a massive achievement, if not one of our biggest. And you know, there's an expectation from